missiles on parade, streets on fire, and a U.S. president openly considering airstrikes on Tehran. As Iran warns that every American base, ship, and military center in the region is a legitimate target, one question dominates global security calculations tonight. If the United States attacks, does Iran actually have the military power to strike back? In this explainer, we break down Iran's military strength, its manpower, weapons, proxies, and nuclear capability, and ask whether Tehran can truly take on Washington. The backdrop is Iran's largest wave of anti-Supreme Leader protests in years, demonstrations that have spread across the country and turned deadly. On January 12th, tensions soared after the White House said President Donald Trump was considering airstrikes on Tehran, accusing the Iranian regime of killing protesters on the streets. Trump warned he would rescue protesters if the Iranian government continued its crackdown, sharply raising the risk of direct U.S. intervention. Iran's response was swift and severe. President Masoud Pezeshkian warned that any attack on Iran would meet a harsh and discouraging response. Iran's parliament speaker, Mohammad Bagher Kalibaf, went further, declaring that Israel and all American military bases, ships and centers in the region would become legitimate targets. Iran's leadership also cracked down at home. The Attorney General warned protesters would be treated as enemies of God, an offense punishable by death, while Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei dismissed demonstrators as vandals trying to please Trump. So what kind of military does Iran actually command? According to Global Firepower, Iran ranks 16th out of 145 countries, placing it firmly among the world's top 20 military powers. The International Institute for Strategic Studies estimates Iran has at least 580,000 active-duty troops and another 200,000 trained reserves, split between the regular army and the powerful Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Add to that the Basij militia, a volunteer paramilitary force used to crush protests, with analysts saying its numbers could run into the millions. Iran's power does not stop at its borders. The Revolutionary Guard's elite Quds force arms and supports a network of proxy militias known as the Axis of Resistance, including Hezbollah in Lebanon, the Houthis in Yemen, militias in Iraq and Syria, and Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad in Gaza. While not officially part of Iran's armed forces, analysts say these groups are battle-hardened, heavily armed, and ideologically loyal, and would likely fight if Iran were attacked. Iran's biggest strength lies in its weapons arsenal. Tehran possesses one of the largest stockpiles of ballistic missiles and drones in West Asia, including cruise and anti-ship missiles and ballistic missiles with ranges up to 2,000 kilometers or more. That includes the Sijil missile, with a range of nearly 2,500 kilometers, and the Khaibar, capable of striking targets nearly 1,500 kilometers away. Iran has also showcased Shahid drones, now used by Russia in Ukraine and seen in conflicts as far away as Sudan, and claims to possess a multi-warhead missile, the Khorramshahr. At sea, Iran relies on speedboats, small submarines, and swarm tactics capable of disrupting shipping through the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz, a choke point for global energy supplies. But Iran is no match for the United States in conventional warfare. Its air force is outdated, with many aircraft dating back to the Shah era, and some tanks and armored vehicles are decades old. On nuclear weapons, Iran does not yet have a bomb, but Western analysts say it has the knowledge and infrastructure to build one quickly if it chooses. Last June, the U.S. struck key Iranian nuclear sites, including Natanz and Fordow, fearing Tehran could soon produce enough fissile material for a weapon. So while Iran cannot defeat the U.S. head-on, any war would be long, costly, and destabilizing. Exactly why analysts say Iran has not been attacked yet. The question now is not just whether Iran can fight, but whether either side is willing to risk what comes next.